Welcome to Grassroots Media. Welcome to the Terry's Flooring, Sam Broyles, and Kyle Donahue Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights and Lady Black Knights basketball teams. I'm joined here with Black Knights head coach Sam Broyles and Lady Black Knights head coach, associate principal, athletic director, everything here and there, Dr. Kyle Donahue.
How's it
Fellas,
going?
we're both in the coach's office this time.
Office.
We've talked Coach Broyles into joining us.
Yes, he's in.
Not good. I'm in the
Yeah,
office.
welcome in.
Sometimes it's not a bad thing to be joined by us in the office, though.
We're just trying to be like
Usually if you
the
get called to the
Grassroots
office,
award-winning TV show, T&B Coaches Show. We're just trying to be like them.
See, here's the thing. This is the first. There's a first for everything. We need a name. You've got the
We'll
T&B
figure that out
Show.
later.
In spring, you've got the Haun Sauce Show. So we need one here. I see.
That's later on.
You're not into names as much because we've tried to name the office too, but we still don't have a name for the office. What's that?
For today, let's talk about Terry's Flooring. We're
Absolutely.
here to help. They're behind us, so we're supporting them.
Yeah. Terry's Flooring. All right, let's get into it.
Fellas, let's talk about some basketball.
All right.
Hampton, Happy Valley. Kind of flip-flop. It was both the same way. Took a sweep against Hampton, but had a sweep against Happy Valley. We'll talk about the conference standings in just a second also. Don't know who wants to go first. I know we joked about him having seniority, but it is your coach's office
That's
and
all right.
originally your show. So
I'll go.
whoever would like to go first, go ahead and take the floor.
Sure, let's go with it. Hampton. I think you and I talked on that on the Saturday show. If you've not checked it out, go check it out. Saturday morning rewind. What do y'all call it?
Hey, you're a needle mover also. We got 5,000 views on Saturday morning.
What can I
Oh
say?
my goodness!
What
He's
can
a
I say?
needle mover.
And I had a great haircut thanks to Tyler Smith at Joe's Barbershop. So I meant to shout them out. that
Free
morning.
plug. There we go.
Meant to shout them out that morning and forgot. So thanks, Tyler. Yeah, I felt like we started a little slow against Hampton. We came out and it almost looked like we talked about, when boxers come out and they're trying to get the distance and they're trying to feel. I thought we came out a little nervous and it kind of showed a little bit in some of our actions. But as we started to settle in, I thought we played a lot better. We went into half down 8. Should have been 5. They hit a 3 right there, kind of a half court 3. And so it's one of those things that, you got to stop. You don't want to foul them, but you don't also want to give them a free shot. So it's kind of you're in a rock and a hard place. But they hit that, and we go down 8, and I think we come out and we push the envelope a little bit. We closed the gap. I think we ended the quarter down 6 maybe, but we never really got close enough. There were some things that happened that kind of pushed us a little bit farther away. But I thought we played really hard. I thought we played really well after that first initial push, and I think we took the lead in the second quarter, gave it up a little bit, but I thought we played well enough to win. Now we got to play smart enough to win. There was a couple empty possessions in that second half that we could have got back, but anytime you play Hampton, you almost have to play mistake free, and we did not. For the most part, we did, but there was instances where we didn't, and that bit us. But I thought we're in a good spot with Hampton. Happy Valley, I thought we played decently well. Again, after the first couple minutes, we were taking outside shots and we were taking jump shots and nothing was falling. And we finally let our defense play into our offense, and we were able to get the ball out and get it moving. And like we've talked before, that's how we play our best, when we let defense roll into offense. So it was a good win, good conference win. Anytime on the road, it's tough to get a conference win. But to have a conference sweep at Happy Valley was awesome.
Moving on to the boys' side, Hampton. We had sat down and talked about how you were halfway through the season so far. Went into a game with Hampton. It looked like from the score the boys played a lot better. Confidence was a lot higher. I think it ended up being, what was the final margin of that game? I know for the most part it was single digits all the way up to the end.
Yeah, 59-51.
Yes, 8-point margin, and then you turn that around with a win over Happy Valley that gives you your first conference win of the year. So talk about both of those games.
And they had beat us 16 the first time on their home floor, and Hampton had beat us 81-43. So we talked about this boys getting better as the year went along, and they are. And just like Hampton, they saw they could play Hampton. It's still the number 1 seed as far as I know, number 1 team in our conference. I believe they're tied with South Green. But we saw that we could play with the number 1 team, and then we went up there and for 3 quarters, played our best ball against Happy Valley. 4th quarter, we started taking bad shots. We quit playing defense. And, we talked about that, the boys, after the game. 4 quarters, I'd like to see what we could do if we played 4 quarters just one time. But the biggest thing that I've seen is the improvement. I'm a little disappointed over our practice yesterday. I thought they would come with the enthusiasm.
After a conference
getting
win.
the first win, too, in 2025. I mean, it's big. And, getting that win this early in the conference, because you got Johnson County, West Green, and South Green to finish. You've only got 2 weeks left. Practice days are getting numbered. Just like, we got 5 games left.
It's crazy.
We're looking to make up, I believe, the 6th game, the Cedarview game. But at the same time, these next 3 games are really important, and I'm looking to continue to see the improvement.
And talking about, I guess, your standing within the standings now. We had talked about yours a little bit on Saturday, and it kind of remains the same, where with the loss to Hampton and then with West Green beating Happy Valley, that puts Chuckey-Doak, West Green, and Hampton in a 3-way tie for first place. It remains that way after Tuesday night, after your win over Happy Valley, West Green's win over Johnson County, and Hampton's win over South Green. So you've got 3 teams tied at a 3-way split at 5-2. Still a lot of basketball left to play. Also, I know there's something that you control yourself that can allow you to help yourself also down the road. But at this moment, 7 games in with 3 left, how do you feel at the moment?
I feel like we're in a good spot. Anytime you're vying for first place, you're in a good spot. We talked about yesterday at practice, the girls. We can't focus on, and I keep reiterating it, and I'm sure it's old hat to people watching, but we can't focus on the end goal. We have to focus on here and now. You could lose 2 of these last 3 and drop to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So it's imperative that every day we're getting better. We're in a good spot. Obviously, that loss to Hampton really hurts. We don't necessarily control our own destiny. We have to have help. But at the same time, we've got to do what we can do, control our controllables. And that starts with Johnson County coming in here on Friday. We have to make sure we remember the game plan, attack the game plan. Like Coach is saying, I would like to see when we played up there, we actually did start fast, and we jumped on them 24-11 by the end of the first quarter. And I would like to see that in more games, but it's an up and down season as far as emotions. It's an emotional roller coaster, and
it really is.
Whoever can control their emotions the best, whoever can knock down the nerves the best, usually in big games, or who wins. So I think we're in a good spot. Obviously, like I said, if you're vying for first, you're in a good spot.
Yep.
But we've got a lot of basketball, 3 conference games left to play, and we got to make sure we come out and take care of business.
Flipping the question over to you now. I know you've got 3 left, 7 games in. Getting that first one under your belt and being able to play with the number 1 team in Hampton to a pretty close single-digit margin. I mean, how do you feel at this very moment, 7 games in with 3 left?
I'm feeling good, seeing the improvement. And Johnson County will be a good test for us. Now, we've lost one of our, key players off the bench. Chance Malone, we're pretty sure broke his foot, so he's going to be out at least a couple weeks. We're hearing, we're not sure of that, but we do know that'll hurt us. But at the same time, somebody has to step, next man up.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. Mason Henderson has come along for us. It's helping this group, and Hudson will get his shot. So that's Hudson Cox. He's another freshman. So when you're dependent on freshmen, you never know what you're really going to get, because a lot of times it's the first time for them. And so let's see Dom, those juniors, and Riley has really come on here. Second half of the season. I'd like to see them take control of this game against Johnson County, because I feel we can handle their pressure. Can we score with them?
Yeah.
Because Johnson County can score, so that's going to be the key to the game, our game Friday.
And each week seems like it gets more important now. The games wind down as we're getting closer to tournament time now. Got 2 important ones now with Johnson County and West Green, but, as always, before we preview the games.
Like we talked about early on, I think Sam's done a good job, Coach has done a good job at improving throughout the year.
We kind of talked about that Saturday, too.
The name of the game is improvement, and anytime you graduate 10 seniors, it's hard to replace them, and they're not going to be ready right off the bat. I don't know how much the juniors now and Rylan, who's a sophomore, how much they got to play as freshmen and sophomores, but it wasn't a ton. So just going through the battles of conference, it's a struggle. But as you start to get more comfortable being uncomfortable, it starts to elevate, and it's things that he can't practice. We can't practice. Playing against South Green in practice, you can't replicate that. You can't replicate the speed and the aggressiveness and how big they are in practice. So
definitely their size.
This game experience that his freshmen, sophomores, and juniors are getting is imperative. So he's getting better as he goes along. You know what doesn't get better as you go along? Your flooring. But Terry's Flooring can help you out. So if you check them out, they can help you get better floors, new floors that stand the test of time. Check them out, Terry's Flooring.
Hey, let's hear from them real quick before we talk about Johnson County and West Green, though. We need to get a word from our sponsors in first, so we'll be right back to talk about those games after hearing a few words from our sponsors here on Grassroots Media.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference.
Bayleton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Bayleton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Bayleton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring, Sam Broyles, and Kyle Donahue Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights and Lady Black Knights basketball teams. I'm joined here with Black Knights head coach Sam Broyles and Lady Black Knights head coach, associate principal, athletic director, everything here and there, Dr. Kyle Donahue. We did the first half.
Yep.
We reviewed the Happy Valley and Hampton games. You got Johnson County and West Green coming up now. This will come out tonight on Thursday, so if there's anything you don't want Johnson County to know about it, don't say nothing. You got them here at home this Friday night. You've got West Green here at home on Tuesday night. 2 key county or conference games coming up between the next time we sit down. So whoever again wants to take the floor first, go ahead.
Go ahead, boss man.
So what we about Friday?
Yeah, Johnson County.
Johnson County. Well, we talked a little bit about it before. You know, my biggest thing is can we score with them? You know, offensively is going to be the key because we know the little Atwood is going to be able to score. He had 23 last game. 5, the big post player, not real big, but he had 31. Now we got to do a better job, and we can. We've done a pretty good job on people's posts, this year within our zone. But at the same time, it's how those other guys shoot too, how long we can stay in it. And I have to be patient as a coach just because they come out and hit a couple threes early. Don't lose faith in what we've game planned. Keep our players confident in it. Because last time we tried to go man and they were just way too quick. So, for the most part, we got to stay away from man to man. Don't panic just because they hit a couple, because with that, they're going to hit a couple.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it is. And they hit 10 threes last game. 10 threes, but at least 5 of them was against our man. So we do, we got to talk on defense. I feel like we have done a really good job here in the last 5-6 games talking on defense. And that's something he helped bring in a long time ago whenever he became our assistant up here to help our defense. And this group of juniors, and of course Ryland being that sophomore, they really have done a good job of buying in and talking to each other. Because we're not the biggest team,
Mm-hmm.
but we move well together. We're learning, he saw something in our defense too, to where, let's say the point guard comes down and throws it to the wing. Well, we wait till the wing catches it and then we move. You got to move on the pass. And we've been working hard on that type of stuff in practice. So let's hope to see it in the game.
And then looking at the West Green game ahead, too, I just thought of something also. We didn't mention it in the first half, but with the win against Happy Valley, that now ties you at a tie for 5th place with Happy Valley. You're still looking at an outside shot that I think you could still creep into that 4 spot. Because if you were able to get wins over Johnson County and West Green, and if Johnson County were to lose out the rest of the way, then you could tie Johnson County in wins. You would both have that win over West Green, which would be, I guess, the best win out of each team. And then it would go down to the draw. Would you have the higher draw over Johnson County?
No, I believe they got number 2.
Do they have the number 2? So you could tie them, but that would be the situation where you'd fall back. But looking at the West Green game, still an important game. Played them really close the first time. 2-point margin there at their place. Now you get them here at home this time with your confidence higher, playing better. So
forget the seeding as far as the drawing. If we win those games to finish 4th, I mean, that's a confidence builder.
Mm-hmm.
And that's big wherever we finish for the tournament. So, I would definitely, trade them getting 2nd as far as the drawing for us to have a chance to finish 4th.
absolutely.
Yes. From where we started to now, most definitely.
All right, let's talk about who we playing. Johnson County. Johnson County is a dangerous team. Obviously, they took South Green to triple overtime. South Green's playing a lot better. They're just not getting the wins, but I think they're playing better the last couple games. I think Coach Greg said that at some point. But Johnson County, dangerous team. They shoot really well. McLean, Shaw, and some of those other girls are very dangerous, especially if they get feeling hot. So we got to limit touches and limit open threes, and then kind of do what we did last time is jump on them early. And anybody we play, we got to jump on it early. But I thought our press worked well against them over there. We'll try and employ some of that and some different defenses. But the name of the game is winning.
Mm-hmm.
We got to win this thing, and playing at home on a Friday night should be a great atmosphere from the bleacher creatures and our fans as well. And so hopefully it's a good environment on Friday night. A lot of things going on, different events. And then on Tuesday we've got West Green. They're playing just as well as anybody. Obviously you've got Brown, you've got Shipley that carry that group. You got to do what you can to limit both of those. They, like we talked about after the game on our coaches show, Terry's Flooring Coaches Show, they really, we took it to them in the first half, and they really took it to us in the second half. They took the fight to us, and we were kind of on our heels. We can't have lulls like that, like we did in the third quarter. We got to make sure we are locked in for 4 quarters, like Coach said. When we play 4 quarters together, it's pretty cool thing to watch. So it's going to be a tough task. They're chomping at the bit to get to us. Same on this side. Both of us put ourselves in position to be at the top of the standings.
This is the third time you've played them.
West Green?
No, I'm thinking about Johnson County.
Oh yeah, third time Johnson County. Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah, and like we always say, especially at tournament time, it's tough to beat a team three times. You start to get not complacent, but you start to understand what they try and do. They understand what we're trying to do. We've got some curveballs to throw at them a little bit. So it's an important 2 games, but it's really an important 2 weeks. The next 3 games are very important for us, and for us to have a shot at the end of the season, we got to play our best basketball. And I think we are doing that. I think we're playing better than I went back and watched some old tape. I watched the Johnson County film from the Hardys, and it was like, who is this team? It's tough to watch. But I think as we've gone along, we've grown and improved, and that's what you want to see come tournament time.
We look at the conference standings too, and I kind of talked about it with him, where what can happen with this and with that.
Sure.
For you all, you still have the opportunity to finish in sole first place. Mm-hmm. The big key factor for you is West Green.
Yeah.
You have to beat West Green. That will knock them down. But if West Green were to beat Hampton again, which they've already done once, and you were to win out, then you can get sole possession of number 1 in the conference. Mm-hmm. I know that's still up for grabs for you. I know you personally, you don't like to think ahead that much, but for me in the position I am, I like to think ahead, and I love to think ahead and look at that stuff and let everybody know that first place is still on the table for you all. Not just a split, but sole possession.
Sure. Yeah, that's exciting. But at the end of the day, you want top 2.
Yeah. You get that bye.
If you get that bye, you get automatically into regionals, and you don't necessarily have to worry about upsets happening in that opening round. Obviously, upsets can happen in that semifinal round. You want to avoid that, but you get yourself out of that. What if we don't even make it to regional? We've had a great year, and what if we don't even? So we got to be top 2 to put ourselves in a good position, and if we can do that, it'll be the 3rd time in 3 years, and so that's huge for our program to get back to the regional consistently, and I think we've done a good job so far this year of putting ourselves in good position. Now we have to finish out, just like a basketball game, just like Coach was talking about. It's one thing to get out into a big lead. It's another thing to finish, and we got to make sure. None of our girls have been in this position before in high school. I think in middle school they were, but in high school we've not been in this position to where we've got a lot on the line. So we got to make sure we calm nerves and make sure we're all focused on the task at hand. You can look at that and hear what you say, and we can be one and this and that and whatever. But at the end of the day, it comes down to are our 5 on the court playing together, beating their 5 on the court, and then we put subs in. Are those 5 better? So at the end of the day, it's a big thing. Mm-hmm. You can look at the big picture and think there's so much things that can happen, but I'm trying to look through a keyhole. Can our 5 guard their 5? Can our 5 play better than their 5? And if we can, good things happen for us.
Coach, I got a question for you. Have you had Panda Express yet?
No, I haven't.
Hey, put your hand up like this. Put your hand up. Hit one of those. Panda Express. There you go.
I know the perfect time you need to go.
Wait.
He could tell you.
Tomorrow. Hey, check us out tomorrow at Panda Express. Put your hand up, Coach. Use that code. Use that picture. Making more work for Tyler today. Use that picture. Or tell him you're supporting Chuckey-Doak girls basketball anytime tomorrow, Friday, the 31st. We get a portion of those sales. We'd be very appreciative. And it's great food. New business in town. Celebrate them. We're excited to partner with them through this. So thank you to Panda Express. Thank you to, boom, Coach Broyles. It's pretty cool how that works, isn't it? So thank you.
Coach, the Cowboys hired head coach.
Oh, God.
All right, we don't have to. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were.
I told you I wanted Dion.
Yeah.
Change the culture. He could have changed everything, and now we're.
Should have just kept McCarthy.
We hired within.
Should have just kept McCarthy.
I mean, why? Now, don't get me wrong. This guy's dad was a tremendous coach.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's never been given that chance, but he wasn't even an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
what did he do?
I don't know.
So that's why everybody's up in the air over it. It's unreal. I mean, but here's the thing. Every time you turn the sports show on, what's it talking about right now?
The
Dallas
boys.
Yeah, yes, and that's all he cares about, being Jerry Jones. It kills me. Especially, I grew up with the Aikman,
Mhm.
you know, Aikman, Emmett, they were the triplets. You know, even before that, you had Staubach. I mean, you had Danny White in there, but we should have kept Staubach, never went to Danny White. So I do remember those years, but my goodness, it's been 30 years, gonna be 30 years.
Since they've made it.
Yeah.
Since they've even made it to the
Did you hear
conference
the rant
championship.
Michael Irvin give though?
No, but I'm sure it was a good one.
Oh, it was unreal, and it's the truth. He spoke the truth.
That's got to be tough to be Troy Aikman and that crew that
he
are in the
went off
media.
too.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, you owe a lot to Jerry Jones, but at the same time, he's just sinking it. How long do you think Jerry Jones is around? And how long, not alive, but how long do you think he runs the Cowboys?
Well, like you just said, until he's
You think so?
yeah, until his life expectancy. I think he
as
runs
long
it
as
until he dies.
I mean, they're the #1 franchise. That's the worst
True.
part about it.
So as long as I think all he cares about is as long as he's making money. I mean, he's already profited an insane amount.
Yeah.
The story of him buying it for like $10 million and now it's worth some billion.
Wish I had $10 million.
Oh yeah, I wish I had. $1 million would be fine.
Yeah, $1 million would work. But anyway,
Uh-oh.
Getting phone calls.
get a phone call.
That means we better wrap it up.
The call.
The call.
Fellas, it's been fun.
It's been an awesome time.
So is it going to continue going forward?
You've got
We'll see.
Terry's Flooring.
Hey,
We've
Terry's
got
Flooring. Panda Express. Do
Sam's
one of these.
making me work. Boom. Fellas, that's all we got this week.
Yeah,
thank
thank
you all
you.
once again.
Yeah.
Thank you all
Appreciate
for
it.
watching this week's first edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles and
Maybe
Kyle
only.
Donahue Show.
Maybe unique.
We don't know. But anyway, we look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.
Go Black Knights.
Yeah.